Russian River is one of my favorite fishing holes. Of the ones you can drive to, my favorite. Sure, it's crowded during the red salmon run, but that's part of the fun. After the red sun winds up and most anglers put away their equipment or go elsewhere, the Russian becomes a super rainbow and dolly stream, and one of the prettiest. When most fishermen think of the Russian, they think of crowds, but not in September, October, and even until snow and cold makes it too unpleasant to fish. When the reds are in, we mostly fish the Russian from 8 or 9 o'clock in the evening until the first ferry brings new anglers the following morning. I say we fish the Russian, but not really. We fish the Kenai just below where the Russian joins the bigger river. That's what we were doing the night Blake took his first fish. We arrived late in the evening and took the last ferry across the Kenai. There were a few hardy anglers who stayed on the Russian side when the ferry departed for its last trip of the day, and we joined them in search of salmon. We discovered from talking to those who remained and those who took the ferry back that fishing had been rather poor throughout the day. Blake and I started to cast, but not with a great deal of enthusiasm. He was perhaps 6 at the time and soon tired when no fish immediately accepted his offering. We decided to take an early lunch break and give the fish a chance to calm down from the all-day marathon they'd been running trying to get up the Russian past the horde of fishermen now departed. The diehards, those anglers who'd stayed over, continued to fish, but with no better success than Blake and I had with our lines out of the water and eating Mom's meatloaf sandwiches and oatmeal cookies. About the time lunch ran out, I noticed a group of reds had moved into the hole Blake and I had been fishing earlier. "Get your gear," I whispered to Blake. "There's some fish in our hole." Blake picked up his rod and I left mine on the bank. By me standing in the swift current just above Blake and stopping some of the water pressure, he was able to safely wade out in his short 6-year-old size boots far enough to cast to the fish. It only took him a couple of tries, and then bam! He had a red on. In the half-light of the evening, we could see the fish jump and twist and turn trying to throw the hook. Blake soon had an audience. Almost all those fishing laid down their rods and became Blake's cheering section. One angler grabbed his net and stepped into the river below Blake. "Bring him in. I'll net him for you," he said. Blake was able to bring the fish near enough for the kind angler to reach out and net Blake's catch. When the fish was brought in, the cheering section moved around the net to take a look. It was then discovered that the fish had been hooked behind the head. "Foul hooked," someone said. And then another piped in, looking at the 6-year-old now holding the net. "It's all right, kid. You're little. Keep the fish. We don't care, and nobody's gonna say anything." One man took the hook out for Blake and left the fish in the net. Blake looked at me with questioning eyes. "What do I do?" he asked. "It's your fish," I said. "Isn't it against the law?" Blake asked. "Well, yes, it is." "It's all right," the crowd chipped in. "Don't worry. Go ahead and keep your fish." Blake looked at me and then at the crowd. He took the net and turned it upside down and let the fish go back in the water. The now quiet crowd returned to their fishing. A new run of reds came in and most folks caught at least one fish. Any that were foul-hooked were released.
When you go outdoors, take a young person with you and teach them by your example what it means to be a sportsman. Behind the wheel or in the boat or on the road or in the lake, take the high trail and practice ethics of fair chase. Goodbye and good luck. May God bless you in the land of the midnight sun, and may your days be happy and long in Alaska's outdoors.